So I know it's absolutely pointless for me to curl my hair today because it's gonna snow and I'm gonna have my hair in a hat or covered up with, you know, the hoodie of my new jacket and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I don't need to curl my hair. But then, you know, like after I do a stretch of several days, I have such a bad work hangover that I feel the need to like be a hermit for a couple of days. So I've had a couple of days of hermit, but then like today I'm like, no, it's gonna snow. I want to feel pretty. I'm gonna put on some makeup. We're gonna build a fire. We had white people tacos last night, so we're gonna have the leftover ground beef. We're gonna put into the crock pot and make it into a chili and let it cook all day. And we're gonna use the leftover refried beans. We had refried beans with our tacos last night, refried black beans. And we're gonna use those to make quesadillas for lunch today. And we're gonna build a big fire outside. That way, so when it does start snowing, we can hopefully keep it going through the snow, at least for a little bit, so we can stay warm while we play out in the snow. So we'll see. Busy, busy day. And I might as well feel pretty doing it. I would like to throw in a chemistry lesson today if I can corral the kids enough to do that. Otherwise, we might work on our book study. We started To Kill a Mockingbird yesterday, and my children love it so far. We're on chapter 4 already. First day we got 4 chapters in, and it's hilarious, and it's the vocabulary is fantastic, but there's enough bad words in the book that it keeps the kids hooked. So, and they love Jean Louise Finch, who's my daughter's namesake, Scout. For days that I'm at work, or if I'm working several days in a row consecutive, I try to save, we use Good and Beautiful, but I try to save some of the easier ELA and math lessons for grandmas to help them with, because they don't require as much prep work. Like the ELA, it's really, especially Good and Beautiful, it's a great combination of geography and literature and art and English and grammar and sentence diagramming. And for someone like me who's got ADHD and I would never be able to organize each of those individual subjects, it's nice to be able to open and go with one lesson, and then when they go to grandma's house they can just keep doing that one lesson. And I don't make them do the ELA lessons, can be kind of long with Good and Beautiful, so I don't make them do that whole lesson in one sitting. Like, because you can't learn when you're frustrated, you can't learn when you're bored, you can't learn when you're hungry, you can't learn when you're, you know, tired. So if we get to where we need a break, we just break it up and finish it later the day or the next day. Try to make it easier on everybody as a whole. As far as reading, like reading on the whole, like novels, you know, I hear my friends say like, oh, my kids won't read or they hate to read. And reading is something, it's almost like you can't force it. You can't. And you almost have to start behind a little bit, if that makes sense. Like regress to the easier books. And if they want to go back and read something that they read when they were little, let them, because that's how humans bond with things. Is you love it, you get a boost of serotonin, you fall more in love with it, and you get all those endorphins that make you love the act of snuggling up with a book and cuddling somebody or sitting in your mom's lap and reading. So even if they need to go back to something that's easy for them, let them, because if they love it, they're just going to bond with it more. And then eventually you get into the more difficult stuff. For example, Brother Bear right now, we're doing To Kill a Mockingbird together, which is a funny, it starts out funny. The whole book's not funny, but it starts out funny. So you grow to learn to love these characters. And Harper Lee does a great job of character development to make you love these characters. So that's technically, I think, a higher grade level than what my children are in. I think it might be 9th grade. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. Let's see. And then, like, for example, Brother Bear is currently reading Beowulf, the Tolkien translation with the Tolkien explanation of it, because Beowulf is a poem, but it's like the archetype poem of the first hero of all the heroes. It's a great story. It's a great translation, but it is Middle English, and it can be tedious. That's definitely higher level reading, right? But he's also reading Bridge to Terabithia, which is, I think, a 4th grade reading, but he loves it. And the story is so awesome. And, you know, the ending is, you know, a challenge too. So, I don't know. It's great. Different reading levels for different levels of enjoyment and engagement. And I am by no means an expert at all. This is just word vomit sharing what's worked for our family. And, you know, we're living in a camper while we're building a house, and our life is chaotic. So homeschooling has actually been a blessing. To have the flexibility to say, we're not doing school today, we're going to go for a hike because we got to get out of this camper, has been wonderful for our mental health. Knowing that we don't have to do Monday through Friday, daily grind, get up at 6 every day, not see each other, come home, eat dinner, go to bed. I mean, it's been wonderful for us. So that's why we choose to do it. Anyways, I just wanted to share why we do the things, how we do our routine. Some days we get up and we clean and do our chores, and oh my gosh, don't stab me in the eyes. And we're rock stars, and we get all of our chores done, all of our homework done, and then it's 1 o'clock and we can go do, oh no, it's stuck on my earring. And then it's 1 o'clock and we have the rest of the afternoon to goof off or veg out or go bowling or, you know, whatever we want to do. So, I don't know. It works for us, but it's definitely not for everybody. And I definitely have days where I'm like touched out. Like, everybody's still talking to me and everybody's laid on me all day, and some days I'm like, no, I don't want any more affection. But on the whole, we love it. I don't know if we'll ever go back. There you are.